Hi everyone, this is Emily Leapart here for Tailored Expressions, and in today's video I'm sharing the brand new Celebrate Triple Slim Layering Stencils with coordinating candle and balloon dies, as well as the Happy Hooray Sentiment Set and coordinating dies. These are just a few of the amazing new products celebrating Tailored Expressions' 14th birthday. I was so excited to see another addition to the Triple Slim Layering Stencils collection. I never have enough birthday cards on hand, but this combination of products is going to make it so much easier to mass-produce birthday cards for my stash. As with all layering stencils, each stencil is labeled 1 through 4 so you know exactly which order to stencil in. You can see the final results of the patterns when the stencils are stacked together like this. There's confetti on the left, balloons in the middle, and candles on the right. Both the candles and the confetti can be used horizontally. The coordinating candle and balloon dies can be purchased separately, and they can cut all the candles at one time, plus individual balloons can create dimension. You can use them alone or together and in so many different ways. The new Happy Hooray stamp set includes 5 fabulous birthday sentiments, and of course there are matching dies that cut around all of the letters, which makes it ideal for adding to any card you make. My color palette for these cards includes passion fruit, candy corn, cupcake, and cherry pop. I thought this combination would be perfect for fall birthdays. You can find pre-cut packs of cardstock in both Sugar Cube and Toffee at tailoredexpressions.com, or you can cut your own. I've actually cut my panel to the same size as the stencils, which is 6 1/4 inches by 10 1/4 inches, and I'll trim 1/4 inch off each of the 4 sides when I'm done. I start by placing my cardstock on a large stencil mat, then my first stencil on top. I use a coordinating bitty blender brush with cupcake ink and blend away. When I switch to the second stencil, I use candy corn ink. I love revealing each layer, and the anticipation of the next layer is equally exciting. For the third stencil, I'm using cherry pop, and the last stencil features passion fruit. Check out the finished panels. Aren't they gorgeous? I hadn't given any thought to the candle flames being purple, and while they're unusual, they're also cool. I'm going to stencil a second version off-screen, using the exact same color combo but in a different order, such that the flames are candy corn. Here's the difference between the versions. When I say that the possibilities are endless, they really are, because you can basically have at least 4 different looks and 12 cards using the same color combo. Even the confetti panel looks different. The balloon panel is a mess because I separated all of the balloons instead of overlapping them when I stenciled them. I did that because I wanted to have individual balloons for die cutting with their coordinating dies. Now I use my trimmer to cut 1/4 inch off of all 4 sides. Then I cut it exactly 3 1/4 inches between panels, and I'm left with 3 perfect mini slim panels. Do you have a favorite at this point? After cutting out the individual candles and balloons with their coordinating dies, I'm left with 4 panels to decorate. At this point, I'm going to start stamping and heat embossing the sentiments for these cards. I'm going to stamp all 5 of the sentiments from the Happy Hooray sentiment set. I'll stamp 3 different versions, so I'll be able to choose the best match for each panel. Plus, I'll have quite a few extras for other cards. It's a win-win. First, I'm stamping with passion fruit on Sugar Cube cardstock, but I want to take it to the next level, so I'm also going to heat emboss over top of it. I use the anti-static powder tool, then stamp with watermark ink, apply sparkle embossing powder, and heat set it. I love that the passion fruit color shows through, but there's that added layer of sparkle and shine. Next, I'm using watermark ink on cupcake cardstock and applying white embossing powder. Once it's heat set, I have subtle but still legible sentiments for the prettiest cards. Finally, I'm heat embossing with gold on passion fruit cardstock, and I love how rich it looks. I'm using regular gold embossing powder here, but I make a new version with gold tinsel embossing powder for the final card because I wanted a more sparkly effect. After all the sentiments are die cut, I can make decisions about which combination and how to layer them. Some of the cards will have shadows, and others will simply be stacked for a bit of dimension, but not so much that they can't be easily mailed. As you can see here, I have 2 cards in the horizontal orientation and 2 in the vertical. I added some of the individual candles to the Make-A-Wish card, and I die cut the mini slim thin frame cutting plate from gold glitter cardstock to add a frame to the Hooray It's Your Day card. The second largest frame fits perfectly around the edge of that panel. I added a cupcake layer behind the birthday wishes sentiment, a cupcake shadow behind Happy Birthday to You, and a sugar cube layer behind Hooray It's Your Day. I stack all of these using mini glue dots for just a tad more dimension than liquid glue, then I can start assembling the cards. I attach the candle panel to the candy corn card base, then pop on the sentiment with glue dots. I use liquid glue to add some gold pearls to some of the flames. Since there are an odd number of flames, I placed them at every 3 and every 2 candles. Here's the finished card, which is simple but so cute with the different candles and tiny gold pearls. I attach the balloon panel to a passion fruit card base and glue the gold glitter frame around it. Then I place a large acrylic block on it while it dries and leave the sentiment for later. For the next card, I have the darker confetti panel on a cherry pop card base. I've also stacked the candles 2 layers high, and after gluing the candles directly onto the panel, I used foam strips to attach the sentiment. I love that this thinner sentiment doesn't cover up too much of the candles. Going back to the Hooray card, I follow the rule of thirds and place my sentiment in the bottom third of the panel where most of the balloons have piled up. I really love this card. For my last card, I wanted to add something special to the stenciled panel, so I used the smallest of the diagonal stitched rectangle stacklets to create a pattern which bookends the sentiment. Using the lines on my grid mat, I was able to get the placement exactly the same at both ends of the panel. Then I attach the panel to a cupcake card base and my card is done. Here are all of the finished mini slim cards, and each one has its unique gold detail. It's definitely hard to choose a favorite here. Each one is so unique. If I was forced to choose, I'd have to say that it's a tie between Make-A-Wish and Hooray It's Your Day. Which is your favorite? I hope you enjoyed all the ideas presented in this video on how to use the new Triple Slim Celebrate layering stencil, candle and balloon dies, and the Happy Hooray sentiments. I look forward to seeing what you create with these. You can find all of these products and more in the Tailored Expressions web store at tailoredexpressions.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.